A teaching I received from the forest in reply to some questions. Do we live in a fallen world? What is the evil at work? Did God intend it this way? I have been given an understanding in reply to these questions by God's creation. Wisdom spoke to me through the trees and through the life of the forest. I love how all creation shares the wisdom of God. As the proverb says, wisdom cries aloud in the street. In the markets she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy street she cries out. At the entrance to the city gates she speaks. Yes, we are fallen, and that does seem to be a problem. But it is not really a problem at all. Let me share what I've been taught. A fruit grows high up in the branches of its parent's tree. It enjoys a direct connection to its parent, a close, unbroken relationship. There it is fed, it grows, and it is protected. The fruit enjoys the light of the sun, and refreshing rain washes across its face. The fruit receives all it needs from its wise parent. It wants for nothing, and the fruit listens daily to the beautiful birds who fill the air with song. The fruit is in paradise. One day our fruit falls. It falls from the life-giving branches of its parent. It falls way down to the earth below. Disconnected from its parent, deep in the shadows of the forest, hidden from the light of the sun. Our fruit is seemingly abandoned. The direct bond with its parent is severed, their relationship broken. Our fruit is cast out of paradise. Our fruit soon begins to decay. It has no source to draw life from, no way to grow, and no protection. It finds itself surrounded by other decaying fruits. Some of the fallen fruits are contaminated with worms or maggots. Some are infected with fungi or bacteria. All are dying. Compared to their previous position, high up in the branches, among the beautiful birds of the air, the dark forest floor, the earth, appears to be a terrible place, a place of suffering, maybe even a place of punishment. Our fruit watches in horror as some of the fruit is eaten up by large beasts that emerge out of the darkness. As these beasts fill their stomachs, they also empty their bowels, defecating all over the fruits that they do not devour, and trampling all into the earth as they go. Some freshly fallen fruit, damaged by the fall, but not yet decaying, and seeing the scene before them, insist they will never let themselves get into such a condition, that they will not become infected by the decay of the earth. These freshly fallen fruits are disgusted by the decaying fruit around them, and even cast judgment upon them. One day, a fire tears through part of the forest, burning up all that lies in its path. The freshly fallen fruits find themselves being consumed by this fire. They never did meet with the decay they hated and feared so much, but they could not avoid the flames. Eventually, our fruit decays completely. There is nothing left but a hard centre. Our fruit realizes that it was, and is, not fruit at all, but a seed. Surrounded by decaying fruit, the feces of forest beasts, and the remnants of fire, our seed sinks into the earth, deeper into the darkness. Our seed has no idea what is happening to it. The paradise it once knew is now a distant memory, maybe even a dream, a hallucination, a fantasy. The rain that once washed across the face of our fruit now makes the earth damp and cold. Waterlogged earth makes our seed feel like it's going to drown or be crushed under the pressure that surrounds it. Our seed can do nothing but endure. After a long time in darkness, our seed splits open. The hard center cracks to reveal new life contained within. Our seed does not understand, but instinctively it reaches upwards, up towards the surface, and towards the light. After considerable effort and perseverance, our seed breaks through into the light and continues to reach upward. Our seed finds itself again on the forest floor, only now it is not surrounded by decaying fruit, but by many small shoots emerging from the earth, all reaching up toward the light. Some of these shoots have grown tall and strong. Others are only slightly ahead of our newly emerged shoot. Others are still in the darkness, reaching up towards the light. Our seed now sees that it is not a seed, but a plant of some kind. What am I? What kind of plant will I grow to be? Our plant asks itself. The answer seems almost obvious, but also absurd, ridiculous, unbelievable, even blasphemous. As our plant grows, its roots reach deeper and deeper into the earth, until it finds itself once again connected to its parent. This connection brings answers to many questions, brings nourishment and further growth. Our plant becomes a sapling tree. Its roots connect into the root system and mycelium of the whole forest. Its branches reach up into the sky. Its leaves bask in and soak up the light of the sun. They feel the refreshing rain wash across their surface. A direct link, a common bond, a shared experience now exists between our sapling and all the other saplings of the forest, all the other fallen fruits. Our saplings now know a connection far greater and richer than they ever knew while they were fruits. Our saplings, now they have a higher and richer perspective, begin to see the perfection of all things and the perfection of the journey that they have been on. They had to form to become what they were created to be. The death and condemnation of the fruit was the revealing of the seed. The death and condemnation of the seed was the revealing of the tree. Some seeds needed to pass through the gut of a beast in order to germinate. Other seeds needed to go through the flames to bring about their germination. The decaying fruit and feces of the beasts actually fertilized the earth the seeds found themselves in, enabling and speeding up growth. The struggle to reach up towards the light, while submerged in the darkness of the earth, made the emerging shoots strong. Everything working for the good, even when it appeared otherwise. The saplings grow until they are wise old trees themselves. One day an ancient tree, a tree that has bore much fruit, a tree that has stood as long as any other tree can remember, falls. This ancient tree decays, just as fruit does. Millions of tiny creatures make the fallen tree their home. Some of the beasts of the forest make a den inside a hollow in the trunk. There they raise their young. A hole in the canopy of the forest where the ancient tree once stood allows new light to reach the forest floor. The fallen body of the tree will enrich the soil of the forest for many, many years to come, nourishing all of the life within. Our fruit was never really fruit, never really seed, never really sapling, never really tree, but rather a child of the forest. Throughout its development, no matter how it may have seemed or appeared, it was always a part of the forest, never disconnected, never separated. The children of the forest live, move, and have their very being in the forest. They are the forest, and the forest is them. The fall was the greatest blessing ever bestowed upon the fruit. Now I know not all seeds in a forest germinate, not all become majestic trees, but a seed is only a brief stage in the unfolding of the infinite potential contained within. Every seed contains its potential. Just as the seed is not really a seed, but is the potential within, we are the potential contained within us, pure, infinite potential that can never truly die. Pure, infinite potential that is brought to realization through the process of life and death. Should God rescue us from the process, which we often see as suffering and pain, as living in a fallen world, then God would actually be rescuing us from the greatest blessing He ever bestowed upon us, the opportunity to begin to realize and reach our potential.